city ghettos from young people who have no hope or future. Now, a new wave of punk is coming to the affluent middle class, and that trend is beginning here in Hollywood. A house in the quiet suburbs. It could be a television backdrop for Leave It to Beaver or Family Ties. But Tim Dorn is not your freckle-faced boy next door.
Now remember, this is not what punk rock is all about. It's all in your mind.
He's only 16 years old, and he calls himself Razor.
Always use this kind of hairspray, Aquanet, extra super hold, 3 times the normal holding power.
I don't want to be part of common society.
Yeah.
I want to be reviled by society, as a matter of fact. And appearance is a good way to be like that, although because you can't really carry around your philosophy so people are going to see that. Your appearance, I guess, is like a reflection of what you believe in, so that people know that you are what you are.
Punkers in the United States, for the most part, are coming from middle-class homes, where the families have essentially had middle-class values.
And Greg Bodenhammer makes his living helping the middle class cope with this new reality. He runs an organization called Back in Control.
Whatever society values, punk is against. Whatever society abhors, punk is for.
And if you don't think the punk movement is growing, check the walls of your city. They're concrete newspapers. These pictures were taken in the San Fernando Valley near Los Angeles. Where the Valley girls used to talk trite, punkers now talk dirty and are organizing. Perhaps punk's most dangerous new phenomenon, punker street gangs.
Generally speaking, in the San Fernando Valley, there's about 60 or 70 of these groups, whereas 5 years ago, there were about 3 or 4. So it is proliferating rather quickly.
Steve Aldivia runs the LA Police Department's anti-gang force, and he's baffled by this. Gangs not bound together by ethnic or neighborhood ties, but by an attitude.
Yeah, it's a very negative attitude, and they've clustered together in areas like Hollywood. They come from all over and congregate in Hollywood, and the attitude is one of hopelessness and one of fuck the world, if you don't mind my saying that. In fact, that's the name of one of the gangs in LA, FTW.
FTW is one of the biggest gangs. Another is FFF, which is also a satanic symbol, a theme through much of the graffiti. A field worker in the anti-gang task force, Manuel Velasquez, is working his way out of poverty. And he can't understand why young people, mainly Anglos, who have everything, are so angry and defiant.
This is shocking to a lot of people, but, you know, people like myself who are involved in this stuff, we see this every day, and this is the stuff that we try to tell parents. Watch out for.
My tag is Razor. That's what I write on walls. I got a marker right here. This is what I... Raise, R-A-Z, the circle around the A. That's what I write. And
Circle around the A for anarchy.
But of course.
When you see this in your neighborhood, you see this on your kid's folder when he comes from school, you see it on his clothes or anywhere, those are the signs you look out for.
Sorry. Danger.
Danger, that's a warning sign.
And if you want anarchy, come to Razor's room. A jumble of punk and junk. Fort Goof it is not, but he and his friend Jamie are just posers, to use a punk word. Not old enough to take on the world yet, just their parents. Again, Bodenhammer from Back in Control.
When a 14 or a 15-year-old boy or girl essentially tells mother, you bitch, clean the room yourself, we have a distinct problem. And kids into punk or into metal tend to live a lifestyle of doing what they want to, when they want to, disregarding anybody else's values or wants.
And the medium is the music. And what's playing in Los Angeles? At the Troubadour, once a legendary folk club, it's Nasty Habit. Around the corner, a Whiskey A Go-Go, they are dancing to Christian Death. And at the Music Machine, one of LA's top punk bands, Social Distortion. And if the medium is a music, what is the message?
The lifestyle is sex, drugs, rock and roll, and defiance of parental authority. Why? Because if you're a 14-year-old boy and you don't know who you are, the world's, a place that is emotionally dangerous. You're never sure of how you're going to be accepted within the group, what's acceptable, what isn't. All you have to do is step into this identity, and you're somebody. It has great emotional appeal. That's why it is so strong, why it is so powerful.
Everybody knows my name. I mean, more people know my name than anybody else. Just a little 10th graders are all, Razor, what's up? Then if I actually turn around and say hi, they're like fully honored and everything. And it's kind of a fun feeling, but it's just like everybody knows my name and people come up to me and talk to me sometimes. So it's just like I'm part of the school. I'm not popular. I'm just part of the school.
Well, I mean, everybody knows you.
Everybody knew Shan Burrell, but he hasn't been at school for a couple of months. His mother, Jackie.
There's a big problem going on out there that people don't want to see, don't want to admit to.
Mrs. Burrell has been going through a personal hell since her son, same age as Razor, ran away in December.
He is punk, probably hardcore.
When her son disappeared, they found this in his school locker. Pages of satanic drawings, messages from heavy metal and punk records, like corrosion of conformity.
This